This is Steve Williams with the Real Debt Solutions software system, making this quick video to show you how to never come up late or come up short for your bills and your expenses at the end of the month. I know that that's happening to you because one thing that everyone that's been in debt shares that has this specific thing in common is that the closer to the end of the month, the more stress you start having, and then if you don't have enough money, you start selecting the bills that you're not going to be able to pay and the ones that you're going to be able to pay. And we know that you can't continue living that way because it's going to make a lot of stress. And if you're married, it's going to end up ruining your marriage, because the number one reason why marriages are failing right now is because of finances. I came up with this secret way of paying my bills years ago, and I still use it to this day, even just for my household expenses. So even when you pay off all of your debt, you're going to still have regular household expenses like your internet service, phone, cell phone, stuff like that. And you're going to still use the same technique that I'm currently using now. Even though I'm out of debt, I still use it for getting groceries, everything. So first, if you're not a member and haven't taken advantage of your free trial offer, you just click here. Screen's gonna pop up, and I'm gonna just show you real quick so you don't have to be afraid. We're not asking for any credit card information, no types of information that will be sold or anything. It's just to know who's using the software on the free trial version. You'll get to use it absolutely free, see everything that's in there. Now I'm going to log in right here to my sample account, and to the sample account, just to show you how using the software, a combination with the software and an Excel spreadsheet, you're going to not ever be late with your bills anymore. Okay, if you're already a member, you have this information placed inside of there. This is your bills, and you can see that there's nothing. We don't need any account numbers and stuff like that, just in case you're not haven't taken advantage of the free trial offer. You put your information into the software, and you can see there's a subtotal of monthly bills here, subtotal of the household expenses right there. Now, using that information, you're going to print that sheet off, and now we're going to go to our Excel spreadsheet, and I have a sample family here, and this is not the same information that we just saw there. I just made this just to make the video go a lot faster. You can see we have auto loan 1, 2, mortgage, Visa card, DirecTV, Verizon cell phone bill, and we can see how the amounts of them right here. Grocery bill, I put this for the month, and the auto fuel, the fuel is for the month. And so you can see that for this family, and there might be other expenses, you can add them here. And if you know how to use an Excel spreadsheet, if you need more spaces, all you do is do that and hit insert. You have more spaces. And for here, to get this total to add up all of these, all you have to do is simply hit this FX here. And then if you're in column E, you just hit E. You want it to add up from E5, which is where I started, all the way to E21, which is above there. And that's how that total comes out. And then what I have here, this is the total again. And then right here, this is where it starts to get fun, because each month each week as you get paid, or if you get paid every other week, you need to enter that information right here. So right now, as it stands, this family, to survive, to not have stress in their life, they need to come up with $3,970, and that takes care of all of this. And then everything else on top goes to savings or going to the movies or having fun like that. But to not have stress in their life, they're going to need to come up with this. So what I did is every week, and the way that I paid myself through my company is I would actually get a salary each week. And what I would do, and we just started just putting that money into the bank. We didn't use it. Now, if you're not at that situation, you might have to figure out your own way of saving money to get this process started. Because if you're behind, or if it's a certain part of the month, you may not be able to do this. But what I suggest doing is, if your bills are all going to be due at the end of next month, then you start this process at the beginning of next month. Don't try to start it right now. So right now, as it stands, this family needs $3,970 to make it. Each week, what I did when I was in debt is I would come to the spreadsheet and I would put in the amount of money that I had for that week's pay. All of that money. So let's just say, for instance, this family here, this person makes $750. So now, I'm sorry, let's go back here. I've had too many zeros. Okay, $750. So now, for them, for next week, they're going to need to put in, they would put in another $750 if they got paid that same amount. And so you can see each week it would go down. So after the first week, now they know they need $32.20, and then it just keeps going. And each week you just go back and you add the amount that would be needed in there. So the next week they would have had $1,500, and you can see that it keeps going down. Now, the weird thing about this is that if this family was only making $750 a week, they're in trouble because they're not making enough money to pay their bills. So let's change that to a person that's maybe making $1,500 a week. And you can see how that's going down. And then let's say the next week they made another $1,500, so that made $3,000. And now by the third week they would only need $970. The reason why this is so important and why it worked for me so well was because what usually happens is a person gets paid and they're not thinking about the expenses and the bills that they have coming up unless they're right there, immediate bills that have to be paid right away. That's why a lot of people come up short all the time. So using a spreadsheet, using the Real Debt Solution software system, you can see how you can pay your bills and not come up short anymore at the end of the month. And then also you can see how you're going to have extra cash to either pay off debt, save for retirement, and save to have fun and do things with your family. Okay, until next time, this is Stephen Williams with the Real Debt Solution software system.